Hello valued viewers, it's update time. Last week's sales, including some of the stuff going out, what's going out, followed by Sunday pickups at the car boots. So, let's get cracking. First thing I sold last week, official Nintendo magazine playing cards for $4.99 delivered. Blippi for £10.20 delivered. It's a talking plush toy from the internet, YouTube especially. Evil Dead trilogy video, which are actually 4 DVDs in a box set. Black ink for Kodak. Yeah, brand new and sealed, $7.99 delivered. Did I say about the Evil Dead? $11.49. There you go. Sony DVP SR170 DVD player. That was £20.20. 2 Wii steering wheels. They were good fun while they lasted. Lasted about 20 minutes on eBay. Yeah, it took longer to take the photographs and edit them than it took to sell them. So that was good. £17.19. That power supply that came back to me because it was the wrong size. The Hizu Sanhua Sawa 02600. Easy when you know what you're saying. Rolls off the tongue. Genuine Panasonic power supply for a phone. I'm not going to give you the number. It's a long number. There you are. That was £7.50 delivered. But I got 4 of them. 4 of them in a box for £1 with the actual handset and the bases from a clearance. When you saw the video of me going around Hull, 4 for £1. Not bad. Well, actually it was 7 pieces for £1, but those are the only bits I'm selling. The others are a bit just too rough. Praktica DCZ 7.5 7mm 7 megapixel camera, and that was $14.75 delivered. Free post, courier. Tamron lens with an adaptol on the back end, 85 to 210mm zoom. In its nice leather box, fetched £12.01 delivered. That was discounted and discounted. I think I started that at about 25, but 12 is okay. Cost me 3. G-Tech Air Ram, the dust tray, the filters, the filter assembly, and the lid. £19.95 delivered. There you go. That's £39 out of that one that I bought the other week for a tenner. Obviously there's fees and discount and postages off that. Murano art glass with bubbles paperweight, £17.20 delivered. So that's like £13, £4.20 delivery. Genuine Motorola charger, power adapter. This I found in a box that I was just doing the clearances. I've been clearing bits and pieces. This was when there's a number, I'll look it up. So I looked it up, and people are still selling the power adapters with the really big prongs that used to plug into the bottom of Motorola phones. You know, the flip phones. £5.95 delivered. It doesn't sound like a lot. Does not sound like a lot, but it took me 5 minutes to list, and it made me £2 profit. Humax HDR. I don't know what the HDR stands for. HD probably recorder. Freeview HD digital TV recorder, PVR, with remote. £57.50 delivered. That's £49.50 plus £8. I was very pleased with that. Yeah, that's one of the Humaxes I bought a couple of weeks ago. Just literally plugged it in the television and the aerial, obviously, and tested it. Made sure it was playing. Left all the oh no, I deleted all the TV programs, but I showed pictures of the 500 gig hard drive that had been formatted and it was complete, and no bad sectors, as it was. Monster High doll. I showed you the other week. Frankie Stein, she was called in the end. I think I put it up in highlighted letters actually when I couldn't remember the name. And I got 31.57 plus postage, so 35.77. That's not bad considering it costs £2.50. One of these, I'm showing you this one, TP Link, because this is on the shelf going out. But the first one, I bought two last week. The first one went for £15.95, including free delivery. So actually with my £4.20 it's only £12 75. No, £11.75. It cost me a fiver. The margins in between, I probably made about £3.50 on it. You know, it was an easy sell. I put photographs of the outside, opened the inside, took a photograph of that, and I think that one sold within about an hour. Yeah, 10:59 AM. So yeah, it was probably one of my morning listings. What I've started doing now is photographing stuff before I go to bed, when I'm too knackered to be listing it, but then I've got a load of photographs to sit with my morning coffee in the front room, feet up, list 7 or 8 items straight off. Okay, Olympus Mew. Said this would go well, didn't I? I told you, £100 plus. Well, I bought a battery for it. It was £9.60. I think the camera cost me £7 from the tip shop about 3 weeks ago. I bought a battery, £9.60. It was working. So I bought a charger from another reseller, paid £10 including delivery. So it came to about £27. It sold for £139.99 free post. And the free post was special delivery, so that it was insured properly. Yeah, I went out on Saturday. So that was one of the Saturday morning deliveries, sending outs. It was actually lunchtime by the time we went out. Because I drifted about like nobody's business on a Saturday morning. Right, next one was this one. Vintage GPO 746 rotary dial telephone. And that was a 1974 model, and it was the one that I showed you how to convert a phone about a month and a half ago. It's a video, standalone. I'm holding up a phone. I might be holding it up that side actually, I'm not sure. Anyway, it's there in the thumbnail. I've got one on the stand next to me, and then I've got holding the red phone up. This is the one I did in the video, and I paid £9.60 for the conversion kit. You only need a little screwdriver, and I paid £4 for the phone, so £14. It sold for £50 free post, but the postage was a small courier. It was under 2 kilos. Just bubble wrapped it, banged it in a box with a load of wallpaper around it, and it went out for £50, so £9 out to eBay, PayPal and all that. Well, it's not PayPal anymore, is it? eBay, and that leaves 41, and then £14 in costs. So what does that leave? £27 profit. It's not bad. It's over 50%, which is what I'm always aiming for. I often fall short and it's like 45, 40. But I aim for 50% of turnover as my, aimed for profit margin. And then there was Buzz Lightyear walking. Well, he wasn't walking, he was talking, flashing. His arms flashed, his wings flashed, his wings popped out and flashed. He stood on his own. He wasn't one of these, weak ass ones you've got to stand up. Oh no. He's got the proper moving legs and all that. £18.95 I got for him in the end. And he was another one that cost me £2.50 I think same time as I bought that doll, I'm not sure. But it was £2, £2.50. Yeah, quite a good morning that when I bought those two. which £14.75 plus postage is fine by me. I think, like I say, I think he cost me three. No, I didn't get him at the charity shop. I got him at a car book for £3. Yeah, a couple of weeks ago. Right, and then we're on to the stuff that's going out this morning, which was still part of last week's sales. Sonos Bridge. This was in a clearance box. I'm not sure exactly how much I paid for it. It might have been £1. It might have been £2. I've got a feeling it was just £1. Anyway, I've got $14.19, which is $9.99 plus 14 plus $4.20. I did plug it in. A tiny little light comes on that's behind the plastic. It just comes on white, very discreet, understated, like all the Sonos stuff is. But it worked. So, I mean, I didn't wire it into my Wi-Fi and test the speeds or anything. The electronics work. It lights up. The power supply works. You know, a lot of people are selling these for £10 without the power supply. But I thought, no, I'll put the power supply in and I won't try and sell it separately or anything. And it sold really easily. Next was Ravensburger puzzle, brand new, sealed. That was $10.99 free post. It's a small parcel, that's fine. $10.99. Cost me, I got 4 for £3, I think. Yeah, 4 for £3. So what's that? 75p. Not bad. This one, you can't really see what it says, and you can read that, but you can't see the item. So I will put a nice big picture, because it's a nice big item. Oh, it's a nice picture. There you go. Royal Air Force RAF 36 Squadron wall plaque, wood shield. It's like proper wood. Military heraldry crest, and yeah, it's the as you can see, there's a sort of what would you call that thing? Torpedo being carried by an eagle, and it was basically, this was from when I went to York car boot about 9 or 10 months ago. In fact, I should go to York this year, at least twice. I only went twice last year. Anyway, yeah, didn't tell you the price, did I? £20 exactly, plus £4.20 postage. So I was quite pleased with that. That cost me, I think it cost £1. Yeah. And it's been waiting to sell all that time. It's 22/08/12. I know that now because I've started putting the date in the beginning of the SKU. The date, followed by where it's stored, followed by what it is, followed by its weight and what type of postage it takes. I know it sounds ridiculous, but it saves a lot of time later on. Right, Grow Clock, $13.99 plus postage. It's got that Space Aliens rubber cover on it, which increases the value a bit. The first one I sold was $18.99 plus postage, but yeah, obviously the novelty's worn off for some people. And that is the end, I think it is, yes, the end of last week's turnover, because it's a hard cut off on Saturday night. I'm starting Sunday to Saturday now. Well, if you've watched previous videos, you know that. Sunday to Saturday, £544 and 13 pence. 14 pence, sorry, I misread it there. So yeah, it is better than where I was. But it's only 23 items. I would like it to be in the region of 30 to 35 items at the same amount of margin, at the same amount of per item sale. You know, don't know what the average is out at. So 544 divided by 23 sales, £23.65. Well, previous to last month I was doing £30 items on average. Now if it was £30 items, 23 times 30 is 690, which was much more in the range of where I'd like to be, because £700 a week times 5 times 50 is like 35 grand. You know, that's more in the region of what I need to be earning, really. Oh, just got some messages, that's all. I'm waiting for a message, but it's not the one I want. It just said that I've had some parcels delivered. I'm waiting for an acceptance and a message back to say what type of battery the camera's got. Doesn't matter, it'll wait. I'm sure they've got 48 hours, haven't they? 48 hours. Right, on to what's going out today. You've just seen some of them, so I'm not going to repeat those. Up to the grow clock. Right, the next thing going out is the other TP link. I told you I had the reason I had it, and that's gone for $15.95 as well. Not a brilliant margin considering they cost me a fiver each. After all the fees and all that, yeah, just a few quid profit. Followed by a DVD player, Sony, oh no, it's Blu-ray, DVP S1100, and that's nice, easy, remote there, plug lead. I showed it working, I think. No, I didn't show it working, I just said it was working. It had an issue. This is the one I bought last Sunday from the electrical charity shop, and it was £9.75. It had an issue, and so I sold it off cheap, and that's why it's gone quickly and easily. The button to eject the DVD or Blu-ray on the box wasn't working. The remote works it fine. If you press play when it's open, it closes, but you can't open it without the eject button or a remote. Well, the remote's working fine, so if they lose the remote, they'll have to find a new remote. But I reduced it from what I would expect to have got, £32 to £35 to 23. Made sure there was no offers and put postage on it. So I got £27.20, which is okay. Cost me £9 odd. £9.72 or 5 or something. Yeah. It's a small margin. The other alternative was to take it back and not make anything, you know. A margin's a margin, isn't it? Turnover is turnover. Okay, next was Roberts. Made better money on this. £17.99 for this radio cassette, sorry, radio alarm. Just an alarm clock with a radio built in. It's not DAB, it's just FM. And it cost £3. Well, I did a bundle deal and I took this as a £3 item because it gave me discount on the whole range, and this was originally a £4 item, so with the discount off it comes to £3. It was fully working, took some nice photos, £17.99, free post, so that's like, I don't know, £13. And it cost me £3, so £10 minus the margin, minus the eBay fees, probably £8 profit. It's not too bad. No, maybe a little bit more, a little bit less, sorry, maybe £7 profit on my £3, can't be bad. Magnetic pocket travel Scrabble. This is nice. This cost me £1 a couple of weeks ago, but it had a couple of letters missing. It's got the instructions in there. It doesn't have a cardboard box. All the letters are there though now because I bought some in. I said at the time I was probably going to sell the letters off, and I probably would have made more money in the long term selling one letter at a time or 2 letters at a time, but it, you know, it is a bit slow, and I saw somebody selling, she sells 3 of these letters for £1 and then £1 delivery, up to 3. I only wanted 2, so I only asked for 2 and she sent me 2. And a little card, a nice little note, handwritten. So that was £3 in total, including the spares I bought, and I got £19.95 including delivery. including delivery. Just a second. It's gone cold, but at least it's wetting my whistle. Yeah, so 20 quid. After fees and delivery, probably 13 quid, and it cost me 3, so £10 profit easy. Next, a battery. It's a battery. There's nothing more to be said about it. It was working because I charged up the camcorder with it. The camcorder that I bought Easter weekend had some spare batteries. This is one of them. Camcorder was absolute duff. The charger was okay, and so was the battery. Sorry, no, there was no charger. That's why I couldn't get it to work at first. But I charged this up with my Charge Anything charger, and yeah, it charged up. But then you could find out that the camcorder, which I'm looking at now actually, in that box there, was duff. But the battery has sold for £13.99 plus delivery to Liechtenstein, not Liechtenstein, Liverwurst, that place where they send it when you're going to go GSP. Let me see, just find out. Liechtenstein, what am I on about? It goes to Lichfield, and then it's getting sent to somebody in France. So they paid an extra, I don't know, £5–10 on top. It's only France, it's not far. They don't charge the earth for that. Hopefully, they don't even tell you how much that she's paid now. No, but I do get charged international fees on the transactions. So instead of it being sort of £1.80 plus VAT, it's now £2.75 plus VAT. Never mind. But I'll still make good money on it, considering the whole lot cost me £3. Camera, batteries, the tape that came with it at the side, the brand new tape. Yeah, oh, I'm happy with that, and it's a small parcel. Let's get back to where we were. Got sidetracked. Last and the least item for sales last week, sorry, sales up to now this week included in this dispatch, £5.95 for a free post children's PS2 game. I'm assuming you play as a Thunderbird. Oh no, you are a Thunderbird. You are the plane. Look, you are the plane. And you have missions. 50 fun-filled missions. Right. Not bad for £6. Okay. Right. I'm going to wrap these off camera. You know how to wrap things. Most of these are wrapped already. You put them in boxes. You wrap them in cardboard. That goes in an envelope. You've seen me do that. And I shall be back fairly shortly.
7 hours later.
Okay, I'm back. It's time for pickups. North Cave first, because there's only a few, and then, well, it's always first anyway because I'm there first, and then Walton Street, Hull, which there's an awful lot of. And before we go any further, I'm going to say this to you now. I'm not buying next Sunday. I have got so much to list, and basically what I bought this weekend as well creates even more listing opportunities to list an awful lot. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do, and I'm going to ban myself for the not foreseeable future, but at least a week, maybe 2 weeks. It will also give me a chance to sell a lot of the crap that isn't worth selling for on eBay. Bad buys, you know, the usual. And it'll give me the opportunity to do that without the pressure. So, of listing at the same time as doing that and making video about it. So, first purchase Lego Duplo. £2.50 sealed. They don't go for a lot though. It's only Lego Duplo, and that's literally all you get in the box. 4 animals on 4 carts. It's like a train cart thing, and that's it. So it's about, I don't know, £10 or £12. That even right with the delivered price. I've got some video games. Ultimate Burnout Paradise. Unfortunately, it's meant to have Trivial Pursuit with it, but it doesn't. It's just the Burnout Paradise, which should sell for about £3 or so. Unfortunately, it cost £1. I didn't realise that without the actual just the disc in the box with the manual is about £5. The disc with Trivial Pursuit is about £2. I kid you not. Nobody wants Trivial Pursuit, and they don't want it on the same cover. And then 3 Wii games: Disney Universe, Marsim's Kingdom, and Marsim's Racing. There you go. For £2 for the 3. I got another one of these Corningware Browning casserole type things, but it's basically for browning meat. It heats up underneath in the microwave. You put your meat in, you put your lid on it to stop it splurting everywhere, splattering. And that was £1. I got this, which is very nice. U-View. Just sold a Humax. It wasn't a U-View one, but I have sold a U-View one before, and it's a remote. And I said to him, is it the right remote? Because they seem to have a sort of scallop shape before, the ones I've seen. But it turns out BT actually did issue this remote with this box, because it's a BT U-View, this. It's a 500 gigabyte Freeview recorder. You don't have to have the BT system in order to use it, luckily. And then I got a phone system. 1, 2, 3, 4. A quad. And if you notice, I've started implementing my grading system with the little dots. That one could be used. That is fine. It's charging, but it's not got a good display. Now you can take them apart, use a soldering iron to renew the connection. It's like a rubberized zebra stripe, they call it, that connects onto the LCDs of those, and if it's like renewed, it does improve it, and sometimes to the point where you can't tell. But quite honestly, for the amount of time involved, I'm just going to sling that. I've got 3 other ones to sell. And the main base could sell on its own as a phone. Everything's working on that, including the batteries. There are batteries in this one, so that's good. I could sell it as a trio, a duo, a single phone with sell the accessories. This on its own, to somebody who's lost their second handset, is worth as much as the phone is. But you've got to sell it to the right buyer. That was the power supply going west. I'll find it now, because otherwise I'll never find it again. There's all sorts of stuff on the floor in here. Okay, and that quad was £3 for the 4 phones. Can't go wrong, can you? I also got, oh no, I tested this at the same time and it's working, but it's not for the same phone system. It is for the big button silver phone. The actual phone itself wasn't wasn't charging the batteries, and it was flashing on and off, so I just threw it. It was a purchase in Hull actually, but I tested it at the same time. It was in the same bag, and that's why it's on the table here. Just realised. Okay, that is all I bought in North Cave. It was very busy, but I was trying to be selective. All my watchword at the moment is get stuff that's either, I mean, this is harder to test and harder to sort out, but it's a lot more profitable for the amount of money I spent. I spent £7 on it, should sell for £50. This thing with the lid and the browner, it's in really good condition. It was well worth taking. And the phone, again, you pay £3. I've got 28 quid's worth of chargers there, even if the handsets don't sell. Because I've got a feeling, you know, they're just getting right. No, actually, they're 10 years past the point where the majority of people would say, oh, this handset's gone, it's time we bought a new phone. Because it's just outdated, the BT freelance system. Right, on to Hull. Okay, yes, as I said, I'm just getting far too efficient at getting stock in. I'm getting it in about 1.5 times to 2 times the speed I can possibly list it at. With that said, I am going to show you what I bought yesterday. Now, I left North Cave at about 8:15, and I was finished in Walton Street with all this lot by 10 and leaving the car boot. But before we start with any of that, I just want to point out I did spend £2 on batteries at Pound Shop, Poundland, and now this is working lovely. So my £2 spent on this, it even has, you might not be able to see it, a backlight. It works better with the lights off. Bear with me. There you go, backlight. So it's in its plastic case, in this nice bag with its manual. I'm looking for 20 to 22, but I'll probably list it at £24.95 and see what happens. I'm happy to give discounts as soon as it's listed, as anybody who's looked at my stuff will know, because I just send offers out willy-nilly 4 or 5 times a day. In fact, I haven't sent anything out for an hour or two, so I'm just going to check. Selling. Yes, I can send an offer. What is it? BT 2600. That's a phone system I listed this afternoon. Sorry, 6600 twin. £22.95. I'm going to send it out at £21.45, which is like £2.50 off. Off £22, it's not bad. No counter offers, and away it goes. Yep. It's like better than looking at Facebook, I suppose. Right, straight into it, even though I've waffled on for 2 minutes. Hub and PSU, 50p. This is the hub. It's got a broken foot, so I said to her, I don't really want it. Can I have this power supply for 50p? And she's like, no, 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 it's definitely £1 for the thing. And I'm like, all right, I'll put it back then. And she accepted me 50p. She wasn't going to let a customer off the hook, so I got that for 50p. And I'll sell the power supply as it is. The hub's going probably perfectly working fine, but without a foot it's just going to fall over. I know you can mount them on the wall, but nobody wants one that's not perfect, even if they're going to mount it on the wall. I got a Sky remote and these 2 like strings of LEDs, you know, the little very thin wire with like these rice grain LEDs that they sell at Christmas, 3 AA's like this. There you go. I think you get 30 lights on a chain for indoor use only. I'm not sure whether it's 30, it's something like that. 50 rice grain light LEDs. So they were 50p each, 3 for £1, so I got this one for free. Not bad. A Belkin cable, but it's category 5 cable. I'm not sure whether it's still relevant, but I suppose somebody who really wants gigabit speed Ethernet to use on a LAN rather than Wi-Fi, because Wi-Fi runs at, I don't know, 100 megabits per second. This runs at a gigabit a second, 10 times the speed. BT4600. You saw the base before my break. There you go. This is the one that goes with it. And you can see, look, red button. The red button of death. Red dot of death. But the base has got a green dot because it's charging it fine. It's not the main base. The main base, I do have it somewhere, but I bought it separately. But it is a 4600 main base from a different store for another £1. Oh dear, nearly damaged something then, which you're going to see in a minute. I'll put them back over there. Then I got 7 coasters. They're like the silver coasters with a little frame, but every single one's tarnished. Saying that, I can tea-cut them or use Duraglit or something and it will come up, but I shouldn't have bothered, quite honestly. It's not my thing, and also it's 20 minutes out of my life to clean them up to make, what, 3 or 4 quid? Don't think so. I mean, I'll do it because I've got them now. This is one of the things that I'm trying to get away from, things that I have to prepare that don't make me any money. I don't mind preparing something or test something if it's going to make 20, 30 quid. Right, another tape. Where's that? Same as the last one I bought, but I haven't sold the old one yet. It's on auction, finishing next Sunday. I think I got it on at $3.99. This one was £1. Shouldn't have bought it, but you know, like I said, the small stuff's just not there for me at the moment. I'm picking up enough that it's the large stuff, or rather enough profitable stuff, that I don't really have to bother with all the tiny little things at the moment. Yeah, Sony DVP SR160. Now then, is that it? No, that's not it. That's a 70. It's this one. I've got stuff stood on top of it. Bear with me a sec. Very dusty. No remote. That was £1. Let's hope it works, eh? I can unlock this one for definite. It's a 160. So might be well worth me buying a remote in once I've unlocked it and made sure it's working. Then I got some phones. A BT3930 twin phone set. Right. Handsets look like that. They're quite clean, but obviously unused. They've both got batteries in the back. And at the same, well, different store, but next store along, I got a, so that was £1 for the two, and the base chargers, the 2 bases and the chargers. And then I got a trio. This is a 3880. That one, with a do not disturb button. And I've got a bag full of wires that go with those. So that was £4. Then the next store along, I just basically bought off every stall I could see. Stormtrooper. It's in a thin version. It's just like a 3D light effect. I think it's got batteries in. No, it hasn't got batteries in. Anyway, it lights up, different colours. There's a remote. There's a USB, micro USB power it, or you can charge it with not charge it, power it with a USB, or you've got batteries underneath. And that was £1. And then I met a subscriber who came up to me and said, "Hello, you're Pete." I said, "Yeah." So his name's Mike. Thanks for watching, Mike, and your partner. Hope you're enjoying the video up to now. And yeah, it was the first time ever that a subscriber has come up to me and said hello. And let's face it, I've only got 400 or so. So it was really nice. And it was nice that he enjoyed the video. well, enjoys the videos even. So yeah, cheers Mike. BT Every Phone handset, £2. This is exactly the same as the one I bought on auction the other day. And it came and it was about £7 delivered, or was it £5.50 delivered? Well, this was £2. It's not new, but it's really clean, and it's in the box with everything it needs. So I won't take it out. And that was £2. This was nice. I had to wait around because the guy who was running the stall was caught short and somebody was looking after it for him. So I went off to another stall and then came back. Playboy Bunny Neon. It's only mini, but one's recently sold for £18.99. This was £3, and it's USB powered, but it's real neon and runs on 5V DC. So it's not warm or anything, and it plugs in or runs on USB. I'm going to go for a lot more than £18.99. I'm thinking maybe in the region of £30, because there aren't any more on. There was only one on in the last 3 months. There was a larger one for the same sort of money, but again, there aren't any on now. And this is proper real neon, not this LED strip that looks like neon. Two cameras and 2 games. This is off me guy that I buy a lot of electrical stuff from, week in, week out if I can. I've said to you before, I try to buy off him, but last few weeks he's had nothing. Well, he's had stuff, but he wanted too much for it. 2 cameras. Polaroid. Yeah, I know. Not a camera brand I would normally pick up. Unless, of course, it was the, the instant film type of Polaroids. It's got corroded batteries, but they are Duracells, so I don't know how long they've been there. Let's get the one that's least corroded out and read the date. 2025. So, how do you get them to corroding 3 years before they should be even worn out? I don't know. What it does have is a memory card, and that's the only reason I bought it really. 64 megabyte, that one. So basically what he does is he likes me to put a bundle together and then we haggle. And so there was that. And he had about 6 or 8 games for the Xbox 360. And I picked a couple out, and he wanted £3 per game. For no reason whatsoever. So anyway, I picked the best ones I could find. And there's this Fujifilm. This is quite a nice camera, but it's not working. It might be because the batteries aren't connecting up properly. 4 AA's, I've taken them out. I'll put a load of good quality ones in and see what happens. I did light it up earlier on, it just beeped. There is a crack on the back. But again, it's got a memory card. This one's a 16 megabyte, not worth so much. These are about 12, I think. Sold for 12. So yeah, really only worth 8, if you know what I mean. To me, break even at 8, so I want it for less than that. So anyway, we came to he wanted 13 for the 2 cameras and 2 games. I mean, the case on this one's a bit broken, but it's 50-cent blood on the sand. And then the other one's Resident Evil Revelations, which I fancy playing. That's the only reason I got it really. It's worth about a £5. So I knew I wasn't going to be drawn into paying a lot for this one. I really only want to pay £1 for something I'm going to play. I might go as far as £2 at a car boot for something I want to play for myself. But yeah, not worth a lot. This one though is worth about 20 quid. It varies between 15, 16 and 24 quid depending on the condition. Well, the disc's in really good condition. It's got a manual, but the case is broken in a couple of places down here and a little split up there. So New box, I've got loads of them. Make sure it's working, test it, and then I'll put it up for 20, maybe 22, delivered free post, you know. So in the end I paid £10 for the 4 of those, and I did have to literally try to walk away before he called me back and accepted it. It's just one of those things, isn't it? You have to be, sometimes just have that limit, because I knew that I wasn't going to get anything for this, and those cameras are just fodder. Now once you take the cards out, they're just fodder, you know. Right, next 11, well it is 11 but it wasn't going to be. I saw these on a woman's stall. Actually I bought something else from her. I think I bought the 4600 handset off her. It turns out it was duff, and the charging was duff as well. Not that one, that's a 4600 loose handset. There's a 4600 base with the answer phone. That's not working. Anyway, I paid £1 for that, and I think I've already cleared it out. So I got these, and I saw these. What do they call them? Audiobooks. Ruth Rendell. These are all Ruth Rendell. Double audiobook. Well, no, each one's a book, but they're double fat CD cases. That's why I was looking at them, because these are ideal for PlayStation 1 games that have more than one disc. 1, 2, 3 discs. They have 3 connections in each one. Some of them, the PlayStation 1 games, have 4 discs, but the majority of them have like a blank space for putting the manual in when they're fat. Anyway, they're all uncracked, and actually most of them are unscratched at all, so they'd be ideal for replacing PS1 cases. However, when I said to how much are they, I was expecting to just pick out the best couple and pay a couple of quid, maybe 3. And she says 3 for £1. So I said, alright, I'll just take the lot. Okay, 3 for £1. There's 11, and I paid her £4. And that includes that one. But the majority are Ruth Rendell, and then there's John Sargent. So that's like a memoir. Joyce Grenfell, Request the Pleasure of, The Woman's Hour Service. So yeah, no, not my thing, but it might sell. And then a case for Paul Temple, which is an 8-part remake of the Lost Archive drama, A Case for Paul Temple, but it's got a cracked case. So yeah, cracked on the back as well. None of these are going for much, maybe £4, maybe £4.50, maybe £3.99. But I can bang one listing out after another very quick. That's if I sell them and I don't keep any of the cases for PS1 games. Don't know yet. Right, next, Humax, another Humax. This one's an HDR 1800T. It's not as nice as the other one. And the handset, look at that. I think if you knew the buttons by hand in the dark, that'd be great, because there's no actual... Oh, you could just about make out the numbers on the number pad down there. Everything else has been worn off it by constant, utter use. 16 hours a day. You can tell. Look at that. Somebody has been an addicted channel changer, or whatever you do with the recording buttons. These are the recording buttons. Look at that. Anyway, hopefully this will work. Got a power supply, and it cost a £5, so that's nice. And I think that's a 320GB hard drive in that. Not certain, but I think so. It should still go for sort of £30-ish. Then I got another Sony SR 170 this time. No, that's the 160. That's the 160, and that's the 4600 base that doesn't work. I'll just put it in there for the moment. There you are, DVPSR 170, just a SCART, but it's got a nice remote, and hopefully it'll work fine. That cost, where are we? £3. That's not bad. Should go for 15, maybe 20 if it can get unlocked, but I don't think the SR170 gets unlocked anymore. The last few I've tried haven't been unlocked. I'll have a go though. I have unlocked one before. Then I got one of these, and it's got bells in. It's plastic, but it is a 1984 January remodel with a plastic base. So it's a more modern one, but it is dirty and scratchy. Look how dirty that is. Yeah, but it should polish up, and it's already been converted by the BT factory, so fingers crossed that'll work straight off. It needs the dial taken apart and oiling, but apart from that it should work fine. For the money, it would be nice if it did, because, you know, without having to convert it, you buy something in for £2, give it a good polish with the plastic polish, because I've got plastic polish, and sell it for 30-40 quid, no probs. Got one, oh god, got one of these, Tag, had batteries in it, and started turning it on, and she says, it's all working. And I'm like, yeah, but you see, these displays go wrong. So that's what happens to them, because I know I've got one of these, this exact model. It doesn't have all the names on the back, over there. And if you remember what you've typed in, and you clear it, and then you don't press review, and just press print, it prints it out lovely. But you've got to remember, this one actually does come up with the letters, and it's fine. I've taken the batteries out because they're bloody heavy and they were wearing out. So fingers crossed it'll print fine as well. What it didn't have in it were any tapes. I said, have you got any of the tapes? She said, oh yeah, I've got the tapes. Anyway, she fished about and she got all these out. They're all loose. They do connect together to hold into a stack, which is quite clever actually. So I said, how much is it then? £2. No, she said £3. And I said, oh yeah, alright then, yeah, I'll have it for £3. Does that include all the tips? Oh no, they're extra. I'm like, oh, in that case I'll only pay you £2 for that then. I don't want the tips, I just want that for £2. And she's like, oh, so I paid £2 and £1. £3. Because, you know, I mean, those tips are quite expensive, but I thought she was just trying to do me one. So I was a bit awkward really. I said, look, I'm sorry, I'll just buy that. I'll just buy that. If you're going to price them separately, I'll just buy that. Right, and the last thing, is it the last thing? No, it's not, you know. There's a couple of other things. This was nice. It's a socket, double socket, for in my bedroom, when I eventually get round to it. But it's also got a 5V 1000 milliamp USB power supply and a 5V 2100 amp USB power supply for USB-C speeds. That's for fast charging phones. Built in, so you don't have to worry about a plug that goes into the socket and wasting a socket and all that. It's built into that. That's nice. And these are quite expensive normally. I think they were like an extra £5 or £6 on top of the price of the socket. Anyway, that costs £1. I've got a Now TV box with a remote for £4, which is a fair price. He wanted a £5, but I said, will you do £4? And he's like, yeah, alright. And then I went back to the filler bag. I know I shouldn't have done. I know, I got loads of crap that I didn't want got last week. But as I was walking past this filler bag stall, he was shouting out, this guy, there was this guy leaning over, and I'm like, you what? Is he trying to take the piss or what? Because this guy had a really big sack. And it's like really big. Now don't forget, last week I had 2 sacks this size, and as you can see, they're split very easily, so you can't really overfill them. But this, that's a different matter altogether. And I said to, anyway, shouting out, fill a bag for £1, and I'm looking at this other guy who was filling his bag this size, and he said, then he shouted, oh, big bags are £2. I'm like, oh, just give me one of them £2 bags. So I bought a bag off him. This, by the way, is the armful of stuff that I just picked up with all the stuff that I wanted, and I've decided to just bin because it's so rubbish. There's designer pencil case. I know it's designer because it says designer on it. A body shop thing it's all frayed. A CD case, JLS CD. I did get some CDs and some DVDs, but I'm keeping them, so I'm not counting them. They were just freebies as far as I'm concerned. A torch, but the bulb's broken and the batteries are leaking. A USB, no, it's not a USB. It's an AV cable adapter splitter. Video in, 2 outs. Yeah, no power supply. It's like a brick. Oh, and load of ADSL filters. Those are the bits I'm chucking away, and there's other bits in the bottom of that. I'll show you what I did get that I'm keeping from the filler bag, and I was quite pleased with. Just put that DVD player there, get rid of that Dymo there, and just move a few bits over, so I've got a little bit of room to dig into it. Have a swell of this. So this bag was transferred out of the white bag. This concatenated into the value stuff. This is the valuable stuff I decided was valuable. Tommy Tippy, closer to nature, teats. I say teats because that's like not swearing. Some BT sockets. Not sure whether they're worth having. Double light switch is definitely worth having. And there's another one of those somewhere in there. Braun power supply for a toothbrush. It's got the bathroom plug. A lot of them have 3-pin plugs now, so you can keep your toothbrush in your bedroom, I think. I don't know what. You're not meant to really have 3-pin plugs in bathrooms, are you? Trivial Pursuit. And then the meat and potatoes of the good stuff. A Tamron L16 leather lens case. Really clean. Not all scratched up. I'm surprised actually. There is no strap for it. It's meant to have a little strap, but never mind. I mean, it was in the clearance box, wasn't it? Right, the rest is technology. We've got a wireless mouse with its dongle. We've got well, this is going to be a running theme, a BT power supply. Some sort of phone to SCART cable. Right, BT Diverse Plus base, main base. BT Studio main base. 2 BT phones. Some of them match the bases, some of them don't. They've all got batteries in. Chargeables. Double socket. Xbox AV cable. I don't know what this is. it says Bauhun, B-A-U-H-N, which is a TV supplier or speakers, and it unconnects, and there's a sort of wire that goes between the two. There's some sort of electrical connection in there, but I have not an idea what it's for. It could be for connecting your aerials together, I don't know. An IKEA power supply, BT, BT, BT. Yeah, phone died. I mean camera died. Another BT handset. Another BT handset. As I said to you, they've all got rechargeable batteries in, which is, you know, it's a bonus. Even if these don't work, there's like £1 worth of batteries in each one. Another handset. These are all different varieties of phones. BT phone line. Another charger. This is a, I think it's a 066720. Another charger. Another charger, another charger. These go for between 8 and 12 quid, most of these chargers. Phone lines don't really go for anything because you add them in with the base. Figure 8 cable, always worth having. Kettle lead. Beauty Studio Plus 5500 4-pack base. Answer machine, never know, it might work. And the same Studio Plus base for one of the handsets. And a BT Synergy 4500. And then some sort of connection for an actual camera, 35mm. I did look it up, and it's something like a Canon 1420. And another LED string, but only 10 LEDs on this one and 2 AA's. I've tested it, it works. Did I show you the Harry Potter thing? So yeah, there's a big pile now. It wasn't, I didn't count them. I still haven't actually. One, that's not a charger, that's not a charger. Charger, that's another 2, that's 3, 4, 5. Is that a charger? No, it's a cable. So I think there's 5 chargers. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 handsets and about 6 bases. If any of the bases work, we're onto a winner. We can make a system up, or I can just sell the handsets as replacements, or if they don't work, see, that is what I call corroded. Well, yeah, they're going to corrode, aren't they? He's trying to charge alkaline batteries there. You know, if it's on a base, it's charging, isn't it? It's a charging base. These are alkaline, non-rechargeables. Of course they're going to explode. Let's have a look at the others. Oh, they're rechargeables. This is the same system as the other one that had the dodgy bit, the batteries. No rechargeables on that one. And the last one out of that system, I think, rechargeables. So, oh no, there's one more at the back. So it's a quad system, that. Oh yeah, it says BT Studio Plus 5500 4-pack. No batteries in that one. Probably because they were already corroded and they got rid of them. So yeah, I'm pretty pleased with that. For me £2. Normally I would happily pay up to like £1 or 2 each charger. So for instance, there's a 4-pack there. I would, with the phones, I would go with £8 because there's 8 pieces minimum. So yeah, A lot to be getting on with, and that's on top of the stuff I haven't listed from last week and the week before. So yeah, I didn't say £71 for both. Yeah, it was £16.50 at North Cave and £54.50 in Hull. Maths, yeah. Top line turnover, hopefully projected. eBay fees, P&P, costs of buying replacement batteries and things like that. Maybe a remote for that SR170, or is it the 160 that needs a remote? And the remote for the Humax, because it's all the buttons are worn out. That's quite expensive remote, I think, probably a tenner. And then my purchase price and my profit. There you go. So I think I've got 50 minutes worth of footage. When it's cut down, hopefully it'll be under an hour. You never know, you look. I've got some from earlier on in the morning, haven't I, as well. So let's say thanks for watching, and any of the videos I've got in my timeline would be great. I'll just put one next to Buzz, or actually cover Buzz up with the video. Okay, and normally it's the other side, but this time I'm this side. You know, variety is the spice of life.